All right, StreamYard just like went down for a second, so I have no idea what the issue was, but it's back up running now. It was only a few more pictures I wanted to show. I was gonna pull a few more precepts. We're gonna get out of here. Okay, Shiva Jattas is not our customs, man. It's the rudiments of men, and we have to make sure that we're portraying that to Jake. Jake could think it's cool to have them motherfuckers, and personally, like I actually met somebody who, I knew back in the day, and we were talking about the truth a little bit when I ran into him on the way to work, right? And he'd been following GMS. He had no idea that Shiva Jatta's dress was going off. He thought it was cool the whole time, And that's what happens when you be listening to just different camps and stuff. This stuff, Jake, it dements Jake from really understanding the truth. Now I got another one that's like, it's not as big of a deal, but you see how they have some of these, you see how they have like, hold on, let me pull something up. Give me 1 second. But anyways, when we zoom in on this, you see how they have some of them and it'll have like Jake with wings and stuff. It's not the biggest deal, but you just got to remember that wing stuff, a lot of that stuff came from the Roman Catholic Church. Like if Jake is going to be immortal and control all the elements, we're not going to need wings to fly and shit. Like, it just, we're not going to need wings and stuff. But that's just another one you got to be careful with, the wing thing. We're not birds and shit. We're humans, But let me pull up a couple more. I'm going to pull up a few more. We're going to put in scripture and then we're going to get out of here. I got to put up here part, part 2. Because they done took down my damn channel and shit. Like, crazy. But this is something that I just wanted to do an extra little talk on. Because this is stuff that Jake gets hung up on. And Jake got to know, like, we can't be using some of this stuff. Let me type this in. It's just, it's not like a super big deal, but it is a big deal, after you don't want to be just keep doing this. Because then the Lord's going to be like, all right. Especially if, like, that like, you're not supposed to have Shiva Jattas and you're using this stuff. It's just, it's better not to use it. That's all I'm saying. Because the Lord, he wants us to be precise and specific about, if we are going to show pictures of him, it's got to look something like he said in the scriptures. He said not to have long hair, so we don't need to be showing that. Let me find the other ones I wanted. There's 2 more. There's 3 more I want to put out the show. Here's one of them. Here's another picture of David and Goliath. That don't look right. Like, he doesn't look like a little Edomite boy with a slingshot. And he looked like he got some little long hair too. See what I'm saying? Like this shit, no, you can't use this stuff. Okay. And if you are going to use it, whatever, you got to explain that they did iconoclasm. You can use it like that. Like they used iconoclasm to take all of our scrolls and they, our scriptures and they put them in it. But this doesn't show the depiction of, a so-called African and a so-called Negro in battle. That's what it's got to look like. Okay, that looks like two Edomites. That's how they teach it in the Bible. Okay, and that's probably how maybe big Goliath was. He's maybe about that big. He wasn't just some super ass giant and shit. And he looked like a so-called African. That stuff has to be put out there because Jake has been taught that in the Bible that Esau, even the so-called white man, is, he's, he's like, the Lord's people and shit. And this is one more, and it kind of looks like braids, but like kind of in the middle, but kind of looks like dreads too. So just, be careful about this stuff, Jake. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful because you could confuse somebody because, we teach not to wear this stuff. But the main two big ones was these right here. This one, like this one's all the way going off. This motherfucker got hair longer than Mulan. Like this is not gonna fly. Like ain't no brothers is rocking with this. This nigga got hair all the way down damn near to his titties and shit. Like this is not nah. This one too. This is not how the Messiah look like. This don't look like Yahushua. He don't got hair like that. It looks like an afro. Maybe he got braids or something, but more than likely he got a fro. Okay, whatever. It don't look like that. It ain't no unclean, untidy hair, like not kept right. And that's what dreads are. It's just unkept. Okay, so you want to be one of them 144,000 men, you need to know that they don't look like these niggas. Okay, these are the rudiments of men. We're gonna put that scripture in, and we're gonna get out of here. Try to make this real quick. It's a simple topic, but we judge the smallest matters. That's what it says. We judge the smallest matters. I'll pull that one up next, and then we'll get out of here. That's why our people are confused today because they put all these fake ass images everywhere. So you got to be careful what images you put out there because Jake's already confused and shit here in Babylon. Babylon means confusion. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the tradition of men. Shiva, Jattas and stuff, those are traditions of the heathen. Those are traditions of the other nations. Okay? The Ishmaelites, okay? And so-called Arabians and, them. That's their shit. After the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. So he can't have long hair and dreads like that because those are rudiments of the world. So we can't display the person who died for all of us looking like that. Or it's going to confuse Jake. He's going to think he can have dreads and shit, and he's going to get blown up out here for it. Because the Lord's not letting nobody on chariots when all he told him was to pull your hair, which is to make sure it's trimmed if you got to, and don't make it long, and don't, have it unclean. Don't have it all untidy and shit. Maybe Jake tried to make us some shit. Well, I got some clean dreads. All right, well, you try that then. You better hope it works because we told you not to do it. We know it's not going to work. That's why the whole brotherhood says, don't do it. What was the other precept I wanted? What was it? I think I put enough in there. There was one more I wanted to put, but the spirit left me. But that's simple enough. Okay. Just be careful with this AI shit because just like I was saying yesterday, they're gonna use some of this shit against us. And a lot of it they're already doing it. They got these weird ass pictures of Yahushua and a picture of some Jake with long ass Shiva Jattas and he ain't even holding his goddamn cross. It's just taped on his shoulder and he's just standing there with both his hands down. It's gotta look like real. You're gonna use this shit. That's all I'm saying. To the best of your abilities. So we don't confuse Jake with this shit. And the reason why I'm coming back and doing this is because Elder Manata Zakbar was real big about that. He went and showed a picture of one of them. It was like a Jake. And it was like a couple months ago. It was really like maybe half a year ago he went into this. And nobody ain't really went into it a lot lately. So Spirit was like the wind. It was like, come back and talk about this again. Because this shit has got to be addressed. Okay? Because he had one Jake. He was showing he had his hair edged up. And that's against the law. And if we're saying that we're following the law to the best abilities, we got to know that we can't do that or have them Shiva Jattas. So you just got to, just make sure you know what you're doing when you're messing with this AI, Jake. That's all it is. It's fixable. It's not like it's just super big deal. But we just don't want to confuse Jake. We're supposed to defend the gospel. Wow, Abba, peace blessed to your leg. Kwame Yasharala Shalom.